Hello, we'd like to welcome you tonight to a brand partner training that we're doing to help all of you grow your business and simplify things for you. I'm Senior Presidential Director Susan Verhulst, and I am joined by Jody Gravely, also Senior Presidential Director with LifeWave. And Jody and I are thrilled to be with you tonight, and Jody's going to be leading the way. She has put together a really nice checklist for us. So it looks all, there we go. And we're going to be taking step by step. This is being recorded, and hopefully the plan is to take little bite-sized pieces of this training and to use it in the future to help you as you're sharing and you're teaching your new partners with LifeWave. So Jody, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay, welcome everybody. And just heads up, we're not going to be taking questions and answers during the recording, but once it's off, we'll open it up for some question and answers. But welcome everybody. We're super excited to be here. I've been with LifeWave for about 2 years. Susan's been for about 1.5 years, and we have just never enjoyed anything as much as we are enjoying this business because of the way that we are really helping people to turn back the clock and to reverse things many, many times that even doctors had given up on. Gosh, I just want to get into testimonies, but that's not why we're here. I get so excited about testimonies. But Susan and I have been talking about doing a new member training and just having a little checklist, because I feel like we have so many opportunities to learn, and we just have such great tools and such great upline way up, it can be overwhelming. So we decided just to do this and send out a little checklist that you can give to new people. And, they don't need to feel like they got to get that checklist done in a week or 2 weeks, but it'll keep them on track. So, day one, when you decide that you're going to try these patches, it may not have anything to do with business. Like a lot of us, we just wanted it for our health issues. And, we didn't come in for a business, but later when we found out what these patches could really, really do for people, we just had to share. I know that's the way me and Dr. Stan were. But, day one, you're joining as a brand partner. Hopefully you have somebody maybe that is enrolling you or walking you through it. Personally, Susan and I do not send people to our website. Even though we have a free one, everybody gets one when they enroll with that brand partner account, whether they're just a customer or, actually a brand partner. But we like to enroll people so that it's done right. We've done it hundreds and hundreds of times, so it's easy. We can do it in 2 minutes, where if you send them a link, they're going to be overwhelmed and you don't know when they're going to get to it. So, step one is you've got to get enrolled, but hopefully somebody enrolled you and then sent you your login information. That's how we do it. But however, you need to join and get started. Once you get started, it's good to log into your back office and, move around back there, see what's back there. You can go to your orders and you can track your very first order. But there's a lot of stuff in that back office. We won't go into that. We need to do a separate back office training for that. But, just get a little familiar. And it's good, since we do so much through Zoom, like we're doing tonight, it's good to create a Zoom account if you don't have one. It's free. You just go to your app store and download it. If you want your name on it, then you can kind of create the account, but it's free. Or you can go to zoom.us if you like to do it on your laptop, but you need a Zoom account so you can participate with us when we're doing all of these patching podcasts and trainings and things like that. Another thing you'll want to do when you first get in is to download the LifeWave InTouch app. That is a wealth of knowledge that will help you to learn. There's all kind of videos about the company, about David Schmidt, about light therapy, X39, compensation videos, testimony videos. And what's wonderful about the InTouch app is that you can share videos with people through text, email, messenger. and you get notified when they watch it. So that's really cool about the app, and it's just a great resource. I hope you will download the app and you log in with your same username and password that you log into your regular account on LifeWave. It would be beneficial, at some point for you to join the Millionaires Patching Rock Stars page on Facebook. That is Dr. Stacy's team page, and Dr. Stacy is our awesome leader. And, we don't personally have team pages because that she has a great one that we can plug into. And we don't want people to get, too overwhelmed. So what we have is messenger chats with our team. I have one with my team, which all of you guys are on my team, but Susan has her own. Some people are on both chats. That's fine if that's, something that doesn't drive you crazy. But join the messenger chat from your leader. Whether it's me, Susan, Cindy, Alicia, whoever you want to, join a messenger chat, because that's how we communicate daily, with what's coming up. The new promotions like we got today, the manager promotion, that's going to be on our messenger chat. So it's always good to join that. So I've got that on day one, but it might take a couple days, when somebody comes in to find the Facebook page, get on the chat. But that's pretty simple. So after that, you want to visit and save startx39now.com. Probably by the time you enroll, you're already familiar with that, because that's what we send to our prospects so that they can get more knowledge to make a decision about whether they want to try it or not. When I send that to people, I usually tell them to watch the first 2 short videos. One is on X39, one is on phototherapy. And then I tell them, if you're into the science or you want more, it's all there. There's science, there's testimonies. There are over 80 clinical research studies on that site, and the patents are there for these amazing patches. So that is just a wealth. I mean, people could get lost in that site. And some people don't send people to that site because they feel like that's what's going to happen. They're going to get lost. So they send those short videos from the app, or they find them on YouTube and send them to people rather than sending them to Start X39 now. But generally, I just send people there and just tell them, watch those first 2 couple videos. One's 2 minutes, one's 4 minutes. That's going to give you the gist. And then I'll follow up with you tomorrow night. Will 7 o'clock or 8:30 be better? And I follow up with them and ask them if they have any questions. We've probably already talked about what's going on with them physically before I send that site. I'm usually saying, hey, what's going on with you? What do you need help with? Before I even send them the Start X39 now. But that is something you want to get very familiar with. I didn't even realize till this week, like the health tracker is on that page. And I had just been sending it to people personally. But do get on startx39now.com so that you know what people are looking at when you send them there.
Jody, say something about that real quick. I think this is a beautiful resource that our upline has put together for us, and use it. Tell people there's 2 short videos, like Jody was just saying. Hop
Yep.
on, watch the videos. And like Jody said, when is a good time for us to get together and we'll get your questions answered? A lot of times I will also tell people I only share the wholesale pricing. So I want to make sure that you're getting what you need at the very best price possible. So after you watch those videos, let's talk. Let's get together. When can we talk again? And always leave like an open-ended question there so they will answer you. Oh, well, yeah, tomorrow at 7 o'clock works for me. So
Yeah.
I think that is super important. So thank you, Jody.
Yeah. And don't just say, let me know when you want to talk. No, you end with a question. Is 7 or 8:30 better for you, so that they need to answer? So yes, Susan is so correct about that. Another thing I would recommend, if people are going to want to find stories, find specific stories about specific conditions and share with people, recommend that people download the Telegram app. I personally have notes in my phone for iPhone and Androids because it's different searching that Telegram app, but it's Telegram stories where people can find the stories. And there's specific ways to search with iPhone or Android where you can make all the stories. Say you go in there and you put in back pain and there's 200 stories come up, and then you can click certain things to make them come up chronologically. And so that's great when you're wanting to share a story with somebody that has Lyme's disease, let's say. And of course, you always tell people, we don't diagnose, treat, say that we cure anything, but there are stories about that. And so you can go to Telegram, you can easily find all the different podcasts that have been done with people with Lyme's disease. You can pick one or two out and send to them. So that's always beneficial. We also have Dr. Stacy's YouTube channel. She has great shorts. She has just amazing stuff on there where she's interviewed, David Schmidt, where she's done the Q&As with Dr. Don, Dr. Stan, Dr. Tim. Just a great resource. Dr. Stacy's YouTube channel, and it's Dr. Stacy, Staci. So those are two great resources. Another thing, realize that we have a great resource, not only with Start X39 Now, but with start333biz.com. Start333biz.com is our business website that our upline has built with all of our business tools and events. And again, it is just something that is packed with information. When you get to that, on the first page of that is just general information that's pretty much open to the public. But then you'll see doors there, and they want you to go in the doors to get to the personal things that we wouldn't want to have on public, just training for our team. So when you get to the doors, you can request the username and password, but just let me go ahead and give it to you. Of course, the site is start333biz.com. And then the username to get through the doors to the more extensive training there is start333biz. And the password is just 333biz. Okay, so start333biz.com, username start333biz, and password 333biz. So that's where you can go and, you can see scripts, you can hear testimonies, you can see compensation videos. You can find the health tracker and the patch summary and, the 2-page hot sheet, all those things. I would recommend printing those 3 things out so that you have them, and then save the PDFs so that you can send them to people. That is the patch summary sheet, the health tracker, which you want everybody to have a health tracker before they start patching. You want them to fill that out before they start patching. So you either want to send them the PDF or mail them one in the mail when they order their patches so they can fill that out. So those are 2 really important things to send people when you're introducing them. When I send people the Start X39 Now website, I generally send them the patch summary PDF at the same time, so that they can just, review all the information. And the thing about sending out the patch summary to people is they're going to look at it and they're going to say, oh, I think I want to try that patch. Oh, my mom has osteoporosis. She might like that patch, So it's a good way also to kind of increase sales and revenue too. I mean, we are in a business. So I guess that's about all. I've got on there, print out the 2-page hot sheet that has more to do with compensation. But that is a good thing for you to have when you're trying to learn and understand the compensation plan. Anything else to add there, Susan, before I move on a little bit?
Sure, I'm putting all of these in the chat, everything you're mentioning.
Okay, awesome.
Say the 2-page hot sheet, she's referring to how to become a manager, which is your first goal, and then how to become a director. So those sheets will give you the guidelines you need to know how you can grow your business and what your first goal is. A manager, which is you must have a gold pack, you must be enrolled as a gold, and it's 2 active silver or above on your left, 2 active silver or above on your right. and that puts you as a manager. What does that mean? That means instead of cycling only twice a week, which is a total of $100, you're able to cycle up to 30 times a week times 50 equals $1,500 a week in your cycling bonus. So that is our first goal, is to become a manager. And
Yep.
that sheet is in the our business site. That is, I just typed it here. And also in our message threads, I did put this checklist that Jody's reading from tonight that will have all the information as well.
Awesome. Yes. And that hot sheet starts out with, how do you make money with your PIB? It explains the cycle bonuses and it explains the check matching. Those are the three ways that we really make money in our business. So that's on that 2-page hot sheet. So I still refer to it. And, you know, a year and a half in, I saw something on it I had never seen before. So there's a lot of details on that 2-page hot sheet. They are also, those Patch Summary Health Tracker 2-page hot sheet are also located on the Millionaires Patching Rockstars page. So several places you can find those. But when you do find them, you know, download the PDF so you have them right there. I have them in the files on my phone, and I also have them as PDFs on my computer. So, you know, you've joined. You've started educating yourself with all these wonderful sites and telegrams and YouTubes and all these things that we have access to. I will tell you, there is an Evolve Team YouTube station too. So that's another good one. I don't have it on here, but we need to get it on here. You know, there's Evolve Stories in Telegram, and you have to have somebody add you that you are in their contacts and they're on there. Or you can go to the Start 333 Biz site, and when you go into the doors, you can find the Telegram information and you can join the groups from there. But just so many great resources we have. So, you know, after you get in, you get started, you start studying, and you start getting results, you might want to take action. You might want to start, you know, moving towards enrolling people. So one thing that's good when you want to take action is to go ahead and be sure you've watched a lot of the videos on the InTouch app, so you will know which ones to, you know, refer people to when they do join, or which ones you want to send people to. Guys, watch the nightly podcast. What a wealth of information. When Stan and I first started looking into this, we were trying the patches for a few weeks, and every day he would get on YouTube and he would go to LifeWave Health and he would pull up David Schmidt talking about a patch every day. And every day I would go to the Telegram chat and I would type in a different kind of illness, and I would pull up stories and listen to Telegram podcasts all day of people sharing their stories. But when I was listening to those podcasts, I was hearing a different leader introduce it every day, and they all explain the technology differently. And so when you're listening to those nightly podcasts, you're going to resonate with somebody, and you're going to like the way they explain the patch technology. And so then you can make it yours. And so that's one thing I enjoyed from watching those podcasts every day and watching the replays. But getting on there live at night is also fun. You know, they're at 9 o'clock Eastern time, 8 Central, Monday through Thursday. And then, of course, we have the 4 o'clock Eastern time on Friday. But do watch the podcast. That is one of the keys to you sticking with it, keeping your faith, not letting people get you discouraged. If you're watching those podcasts and you're seeing the amazing testimonies day after day after day, when somebody tries these patches for 60 days and they didn't feel anything and they quit, it's not going to discourage you, because you know if they would just stick with it, you know, that they would have some results. And watching those podcasts builds your belief day after day, night after night. So do that. And another thing is, use those podcasts to invite people. You know, part of our what do you call it, Susan? How the method of how we build our business, we call 333. And
Right.
that means that every day you want to reach out to 3 new people. You want to follow up with 3 people you've already talked to. and you want to invite 3 people to podcast. And getting people on those nightly podcasts is key to getting them enrolled, because when they see the professionalism, they hear the little bit of science and tech, and they hear those stories, it's going to build their belief and they're going to want to try. And another thing is getting them on there after they're enrolled. That's going to keep their belief up, So don't just enroll people and then just don't follow up with them. Get them on those podcasts. Get them on the Tuesday night Dr. Stacy Zoom. That's another thing. Get educated. Watch the podcast, invite guests to the podcast, watch Dr. Stacy's Zoom on Tuesday night, and invite people to that. And your business will grow. If you start getting people on these podcasts and on Dr. Stacy's Q&A, your business is going to grow. If for some reason you can't watch them, then watch the replays. The nightly podcast will be put on the Telegram chats in Evolve Stories or on Team Evolve. And then, of course, Dr. Stacy's recordings will be on her YouTube channel the next day. Another thing, if you're wanting to take action, is to schedule your own wellness webinar with me, Susan, Dr. Don, Dr. Stan, Cindy, Casey. Schedule your own webinar. And what we're talking about is a Zoom that's like 20 to 30 minutes long. It's just like the patching parties we've been doing, but we're trying to call them more patching webinars because we're not a Tupperware company throwing parties. We are doing wellness webinars and wellness events. So schedule your own and invite the people that you want to try this, and invite us on. And we'll do science and tech for 10 minutes, and we'll do testimonies, and then we'll open up to their questions. And it's such an intimate thing when you invite 6 friends. It's just you and your friends on a Zoom, kind of like this. And it's just a safe place for them to ask questions. So, schedule that and invite people, and that can get your business going very, very quickly. And then you come to enrolling people. How do you enroll people? The first thing you want to do is, when you get started and you start enrolling people, have Susan, me, Cindy, somebody, one of your leaders, help you with your first at least 4 enrollments till you get manager. I mean, I'll never forget when I was first enrolling people, and I was enrolling a lot when I finally decided I was going to do this. And I think I had to go back and fix things, like, I don't know. I never got through the submit thing with having to go back and fix things all the time, So it does take a little trial and error. But let us walk you through it. Get on a 3-way, or just get everybody's information and call Susan or me or whoever your upline leader is, and let us help you walk through that and get people enrolled until you feel really comfortable with it. Don't send them to your website, because it's not terrible, but it's not wonderfully user friendly. And you send people your link, you're sitting there waiting, and your next day you don't get an email. Are they ever going to sign up? Just don't do it. Make it easy for them. I tell people when I'm talking to them and I feel like they're ready, I'll say, okay, are you ready to give this a good try? And if they say yes, I just say, hey, I need your address, email, phone number, date of birth. If you've got any of that, don't ask for it. Address, email, phone number, date of birth, and I can hook you right up. And then I tag on, and of course, I'll need your card information. So a lot of times they'll want to call you with that. Although I do have people will send me part through Messenger, part through text, so that it's, not everywhere. But when you get ready to enroll people, you want to do it. And the best way to enroll people is to log into your account, go to organization, and the first drop down under organization is enroll new. That's how you want to enroll people. You could go to your website and click join, but I just always log into my account. That's how we've been taught.
Jody, I want to say too, you'll go to lifewave.com, and then you go over to where the little icon is of it says to sign in, right? And you'll put in your username, your password, and then it pops up, and there's your back office.
Yes.
So lifewave.com, and then you're going to put in your username, your password. That opens the door, so to speak. The next screen you see is your back office, and then at the top you will see those places where it will tell you organization, enroll new. And then that's where you will start to enroll your person. But we should say too, Jody, that they're going to want to go, and I don't want to get into the weeds here, but enroll right, enroll left. And we want to stick with that because the company automatically has it as your strongest leg. And what we want to do is go in there and switch it to right or left.
Right.
That's important.
And we
And your enroller should help you do that the first time.
Yes,
So that sounds like a lot of steps I just threw at you. I get it. But again, whoever is enrolling you, make sure that they are helping you to see this. And then when you're ready to enroll your first person, I usually get, if I have, like, I've enrolled somebody, okay, and now they told me, I want to share this with my neighbor. And I said, okay, when's a time that you can get on your computer? I'm going to get on my computer, and together I'm going to show you now how to enroll your first person.
yes.
And we walk through that together. And so we make sure to build right, build left. We show them how to do that. It's very simple. And then we start to go into the enrollment process itself and filling out the form together for that first time.
Yes.
And usually after the first time, they'll try it a second time. And as we know, repetition is beautiful. You start to get muscle memory. And I'll tell them, if you get stuck, I'm always just a text away. Just text me and I'll help you. We'll go through it. But I always walk, and that's what you did with me, Jody, when you enrolled me. We were on the phone together. You were on your computer. I was on mine. And we were saying, okay, click here, fill this in. And we walked through it together. So it's really nice to be able to do that.
And if you have somebody that's really tech savvy and they insist on enrolling themselves, at least ask them to let you walk them through it, because you know how to customize a pack. They don't know how to customize a pack. You know what comes in each pack, how many sleeves, they're going to be confused by that if you just send them to your link. If they go to your link, most of the time they're going to click shop and products and end up being a preferred customer. And let me just hit preferred versus brand partner right quick. If you want to enroll a preferred customer, that's fine. It's your business. It's not my business. It's your business. You're not working for me. You're not working for Susan. It's your business. When you enroll a preferred customer, you will get commissions every month that they order. They do have to be on auto ship, but they don't have access to the silver pack and the gold pack and upgrading from pack to pack and getting a better price. So it's really not best for them. And so our team really doesn't enroll very many preferred customers. If money is really, really tight with you, enrolling preferred customer can help you stay commission qualified. I will say that it counts as your personal volume. And I did have somebody do that recently because they wanted to stay active and they didn't have money to order. So that is the option with the preferred customer. But we always enroll people as brand partners and tell them they have no obligation to do the business. They don't become a brand partner until they start enrolling people. So it's also a wholesale customer account, and that's the best thing for them. Start with the silver pack. There's no membership fee. They get the best price right off the bat, and they can upgrade and get free patches with every upgrade. And then you can lead them into, if they want to do a monthly subscription after they've decided they don't want to upgrade anymore, or you can help them with the maintenance packs to get a good price after that. But do try to enroll your first 4 people with your upline leader. Let us show you how to change right to left. I'll say it right quick. It's not on the sheet that we sent out, but when you're on, and see, I don't do anything on my phone, so I'm not going to be very helpful to you that don't have a computer. But on your laptop, when you log in, when you hover your name over the top right, you'll see a drop down. It'll say change settings. And then you scroll about halfway down and you can go left, right, left, right. So, get with your upline leader to, help you read those numbers about being active and period left volume and period right volume and total. Your leader will teach you that. so that you'll know when you log in what you're looking at. But going to your personally enrolled, which is also under organization, can show you who's on the right and who's on the left after you start enrolling people and help you make the decision. Do I want this person on my right or on my left? And there are different reasons for changing sides, but that's something probably for another Zoom. Also, well, we did have that. The main things to learn in your back office, besides what the numbers mean, is how to enroll. And that's by going to organization, enroll new. How do you upgrade people? When people are ready for patches, they always say, I can't find the upgrade. You go to store, scroll all the way down. The very last option is upgrade kit. And when you click on that, it's going to say, we are leaving the store. Some kind of warning comes up, but just click and pass right through it, and then you upgrade the kit. If you're new, when people come in with the silver kit and they want to upgrade, the gold kit, silver kit's $299, gold kit's $499. All they pay is $200. They just pay the difference, and they get the difference in the patches. The silver kit came with up to 6 patches. The gold comes with up to 11. So they've got 5 supporting patches that they can get, or they can trade in 2 of those for X39 or X49 when they upgrade. But know where that upgrade button is. It's at the bottom of the store, so the main thing is to start enrolling. Go manager, 2 on your right, silver or above, 2 on your left, silver or above. And this week, if you do that and you've never done it before, you're going to get a free eye cream when it comes out.
Absolutely. I want to back up just a second, Jody, because I think it's important that you know the type of marketing plan we have is called a binary.
Yes.
Binary means 2 sides. So when we're talking about your left and your right, the way that LifeWave has this is the fact that we are wanting to build these 2 sides with your one business center at the top, that is you, and these 2 sides. Every time you get 330 on one side worth of volume, and then 660 on the other side, you're going to have a cycle, which is $50. Now, the reason that's super nice is most likely you're always going to have one leg that's a little bit bigger than the other. Many companies that I have been with before, it was you had to have 500 and 500. And so sometimes that's tough to get that even like that. So that was very gracious of LifeWave to say 330 volume on one side and 660 on the other. When you get that, a cycle will happen, and that's $50. When you're not a manager, you can cycle up to twice a week. Once you become a manager, you can cycle up to 30 times a week, which is $1,500 a week in these cycle bonuses. So when we're placing left and right, we're looking at that volume that you will see to the right of your screen in your back office, and it's going to show you where your volume's at. It'll show you LV, that's your left volume, and RV, that's your right volume. And we want to get that 330 and 660 when we're placing people left and right. Many times people will have what we call like a runaway leg, and one leg will have, 20,000 on it, and then the other leg has 300.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to want to go to that shorter side and start adding people to that. Someone was talking about like, what does that mean? What side do you put them on? So we're always trying to get that balance every week of the 330 and the 660. Now, the beautiful thing, at the end of the month, does that volume just flush away that you didn't use? No. LifeWave keeps that volume and keeps it for an entire year. At the end of the year, 1 week will fall off at a time.
Right.
So if you didn't quite cycle through all that volume in a week, because we are paid weekly, which is, again, so wonderful, that volume will be waiting for you next week as you're trying to do, again, your 330 and your 660, which is a really very generous of the company.
Yes, it is. And we get paid with our volume through infinity. Like there's never any breakaways. If you get a senior presidential director, 50 levels deep, they don't break away from you. That volume keeps coming up, and everybody above that's commission qualified gets paid on it. So very, very generous. Right quick, Susan, and then we will stop the recording. Let's hit the 3 ways we make money. And that's on the 2-page hot sheet that you can find at start333biz.com. The first way you make money is PIB, Product Introduction Bonus. When you enroll somebody with Silver Kit, you immediately get $50. When you enroll somebody with Gold Kit, you immediately get $50, and so on up with Platinum and Diamond.
$100 for the gold.
$100 for gold. I'm sorry. Yes. And so that's the first way you make money. And if you're enrolling people, you can make a lot of money right off the bat. And when you help those people as you follow up with them, how are you doing with your patches? What do you need now? When you help them upgrade, you get PIB again. So if you started with silver and you got 50 and you upgrade them to gold, you get another 50. It would have been 100 if you had enrolled them with gold from the get-go, but since it went in stages, you get 50 and then 50. So that PIB is huge. I mean, I have several people that are enrolling people and they're like, wow, I never made this much money in other companies. I don't know any other companies where you get paid to enroll people. So that is a great, great benefit. The second way you enroll people is to start building your volume left and right. Okay. So Jackie said she didn't understand the cycle bonus. Your first goal is to go manager. That's to get 2 silvers above on your right leg, 2 silvers or above on your left leg, to buy a gold pack and have your own personal PV of 110. And then that makes you manager where you can cycle more. Well, when you start getting volume in both legs, if you have people that are sharing, it's going to get to be very organic. I mean, the volume's going to start growing in those legs, even if you're not the one putting it there, if that makes sense. And so, like Susan said, when you get 330 points in one leg, 660 in the other leg, that goes together to make a cycle bonus of $50. And on Sunday night, that volume disappears because you got paid on it. If you didn't cycle it, say you have 5,000 in one leg and you've got 300 in the other, there's no cycle there because you don't have 330 over here. But don't worry, on Sunday night, it carries over to the next day, to Monday, which is a new week. And then you can get more on that left leg to get to 330, and then you can get a $50 cycle bonus. In the beginning, you're probably going to make most of your money enrolling people. But if you find people that want to share these products and your legs start growing, eventually most of your money is going to come from cycle bonuses. And so if you went a week, and just like we just got off a cruise, went a week, didn't enroll anybody, guess what? My check was the same as it was the week before we left. And then got home from the cruise and enrolled some people from the cruise, which was good. Always wanting to share with people. But so the second way is cycle bonus. And then when you enroll people that start growing their own business and they start getting those cycle bonuses, the third way you make money is a check match. You get a 25% check match on their cycle bonuses. So if I enroll Susan, she makes a $50 cycle bonus, I make $1,250. If she makes $1,000 in cycle bonuses, I make 125. Is that right? No, I make 250. 250, 25%. But yeah, the third way is the cycle check match. And that might not be a lot in the beginning, but as your team grows, you can open up getting paid on a second generation of check match and a third generation, and that can really get to be a big part of your income. All right, Susan, if you don't have anything else, I might stop the recording and we'll open it up for a few questions. What do you think?
Sure. I was just going to say, just to reiterate, the 3 ways that you get paid. I'm sorry, I'm typing stuff in the chat. Is our product introductory bonus, your PIB. Then
Yep.
you have cycle bonuses, and then you have your matching. If you do enroll, and that's 25% the first level, then 20% and 20%. So it's up to 3 levels. And then if you are enrolling preferred customers, there is some pay there as well.
Yeah, it's just a flat commissions if you enroll preferred customers.
Okay. And Jody, if I'll ask the first question, if somebody is enrolling a preferred customer to help count towards their qualification for that 30-day to be active, do they have to do like 110 PV? Or if they're a manager to cover their active, and if they're not manager, is it just one patch?
Yes. So if you enrolled a preferred customer and they bought just X39, I think that's 77. So that will keep you active because all you need is 55 a month to stay active. But once you get to manager, if you want to get paid at the manager rank, you need 110. And then you can go to the top of the company to senior director, executive, presidential, SPD with just 110 PV every month to keep you active. So that's basically an X39 and a supporting patch. But one supporting patch will keep you active so that you don't lose volume. When you go inactive and you don't order in 31 days, you lose that volume you've accumulated. So that's another reason you do want to stay active for sure.
And as a manager or above, it's 110 PV to stay active every 30 days and to keep your points.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I think so. All righty.